I do worry about the well-being of my retinue during my impromptu absence.
I'm sure the good people of the Adventurers Guild are absolutely fine, mein Fräulein.
I hear the voice of fate, speaking my name in humble supplication. I created another universe and founded paradise, for I, Fischl, am the Prinzessin der Verirrt...
It looks like all our problems are solved. Welcome to the Jade Chamber.
Oh, great. I have no idea what we would have done otherwise.
I didn't think we'd really manage to get you here.
This was a last-minute situation, and you're the one we trust the most.
To put it simply, we are just looking for the right person to help. We had a very long discussion about it, but to no avail. I have tasked my 3 most trusted secretaries with overseeing an important auction tomorrow. This, however, leaves their regular duties unattended to, and the work cannot afford to go undone. The nature of their day-to-day work is highly sensitive and confidential, so whomever I ask to fill in needs to be someone I can trust, and who doesn't— Yes, you were the person who came to mind. We may not have spent a great deal of time together, but I do place a great deal of trust in you. To me, this work is highly sensitive and of utmost importance, though I'm sure you'll find it to be mundane at best. It would not surprise me if you can't bear the tedium or can't make the time. And yet, despite this, I thought it could do no harm. As it happens, I was just having a discussion on backup plans with my secretaries before you arrived.
But the outcome of that discussion...
This is a good reminder that we should always have a contingent.
Anyway, this may add to the debt of gratitude I owe you, but the fact is, your arrival here has rescued what was fast becoming a rather dire situation indeed. I wouldn't worry. It's all work you'll be quite familiar with. Planning trips, gathering pertinent information, that sort of thing. All basic skills required by competent adventurers, if I'm not mistaken.
If you have any questions about your work, I will answer them shortly. The administrative work Lady Ningguang touched upon just now is only one aspect.
Don't be mistaken. I won't put you in a difficult position, and I will fully respect your judgment. All right. Please proceed to the office.
Yes, Lady Ningguang. Before I get into specifics, I want to start by giving you the big picture. As a member of the Liyue Qixing, Lady Ningguang's every move is in the spotlight. My usual job is to be her right hand, to maintain her image. For example, arranging her daily schedule, picking out clothes for her, dressing her, applying her perfume. misunderstand me.
Baisha has always been very passionate about her work. I'm sure she was simply trying to share some of...
Back to the topic at hand. Bai Xiao and Bai Wen handle tasks that require... I can go through the methods I use and give you some pointers based on my experience. All in a day's work for the traveler. Currently, there are 133 items that have yet to be scheduled. 7... Yes, I did try to make a start in advance, but I'll go through the most important items with you. First is the periodic meeting with the representatives of the 8 trades. Then, a discussion with Lady Kuching on issues relating to time restrictions on land conveyance. Right after that, there's... Yes, you do. To the uninitiated, scheduling may sound like a simple process of matching. You need to take travel time into account, ample knowledge of all outside factors that may weigh upon your... I assume this is all making sense. Unless you had any other questions at this point? Good. Then let's press on. We're tight on time here, and there's a lot to get through. And we still need to leave enough time for you to prepare Lady Ningguang's schedule. Already? Wow. You're a fast...
Wonderful. Then I'll be counting on you to provide my schedule. I'm grateful for your assistance. Now, I will leave you here if anything else is unclear.
Take care, Lady Ningguang. Good. You factored in both priority and efficiency, and produced excellent work. You've got quite a knack for this. Please be here at the Jade Chamber tomorrow morning before Lady... With you helping out here, we will be able to focus fully. I hope so too. You must be exhausted. Make sure you get an early night tonight.
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well? Oh, how strange. Me too. I'm joking. Now then, the schedule. Item 1. Lunch at Lioli Pavilion with yes. I remember the invitation. I need to make sure... No, someone I've never met before. Today's lunch will be our first... She's paying a high price for my time. Otherwise, tens of millions of mora is rather a high price... That's right. Even at this price, there is no shortage of people willing to pay. To be clear, I've never had any hand in setting the price. Time is very valuable to me, so when I first came up with the idea, gradually it developed into a lucrative business. Yes, that sums it up very well. Most people looking to buy my time are business. Naturally, for anyone looking to make a profit in a complex market, the bottom line is having the requisite experience. As for how much my insight is worth in terms of Mora, everyone has their own idea. You're a very lucky person, you know. You get to sit in on this lunch for free. In the hands of a professional business person, the kind of information you'll be exposed to would be worth, well, tens of millions of Mora. There's no need to be nervous, of course. Now,
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
did you organize this entire breakfast? I know what's going on. Please, sit. Have a taste of the Jade Chambers. What do you think? Is the food to your liking? Oh, don't forget we have a lunch later. Save some. Still, I'm happy to see that you approve of my culinary taste. On occasion. Usually everyone is too busy for a leisurely sit-down meal. Breakfast also isn't usually so lavish, hence my surprise when we got here. I actually thought you had cooked it all yourself. Relax, I'm just joking. By you willingly took this work on, knowing that it would be tedious, and you have worked. Treating you to some food is but a small token of our appreciation. Breakfast sets the tone for the rest of the day. If you wake up to the same monotonous meal each day... Well, I'm done eating. I have some preparations to make first. Could you bring my... I need a change of mood. And who knows? Perhaps I already instructed Longyang to have my outfit... Thank you.
Hello, how may I help? Ah, yes, of course. Here you are. Please give this to Lady Ningguang. Yes, this whole room is full of Lady Ningguangs. Lady Ningguang asked us to rearrange this room recently. We're currently right in the middle of that, so everything's in a bit of a mess. That's why it took me a little time to find this for you. Anyway, you can
Did you get it? This is the one. I had this specially tailored recently, and I must say, I'm really rather fond of it. What do you think? Be honest. I just want to know your first impression. Phew. Thank you. I was actually... Knowing that it has your seal of approval makes me feel much more self-confident. Oh, then it's mere flattery. I never knew you had such a mischievous... All right, let's head to Liali Pavilion.
Time to go.
Lady Ningguang. Sorry to have kept you waiting.
No, no, not at all. I know that you have 1,000 different things to do each day. I'm very grateful for any amount of time you can spare for me.
Great. Well, let's leave the... This is the Traveler. I'm assuming you've heard of him. He happened to be in Liyue Harbor today, so I invited him to come along. Do you mind if he sits with us?
No, not at all. On the contrary, I'm honored. What a surprise to be dining. I've always been fascinated by you and your adventures. There's so many questions I'd love to ask you. Oh, I'm sorry. Where are my men? I'm Luo Qiao, a businesswoman. I work mostly in the textile business. That's what I wanted to ask Lady Ningguang for some advice about. So,
Rumors?
you know, the rumors about the two of you. You haven't heard? Come on. You must know that Lady Ningguang's every move is in the spotlight. That obviously includes her relationships. And if you didn't have some sort of special relationship, why would she invite you to this lunch right after finding out that you were back in Liyue Harbor?
Interesting. Yes, we do have a special relationship, but I don't see anything unusual about it. The Traveler is a national hero in Liyue whose actions have directly contributed toward the prosperity we enjoy today. Even putting aside my official status as one of the Liyue Qixing, I admire him on a personal level too.
Oh, yes. Well, there is nothing unusual about it at all. I was just observing that Lady Ningguang now seems to have a second interesting character in her innermost circle. The first one being the captain.
You're comparing apples and sunsettias there. Whenever Beidou returns to Liyue Harbor, all she brings me is a headache. I've missed out on a number of extremely promising investment opportunities thanks to her. In fact, the timing is always so suspiciously coincidental, I can't help but wonder if she's doing it on purpose.
Investment opportunities? Oh, do you mean the luminescent spine business? I hear that's been all the rage recently.
No, something else. All the talk about luminescent spines is just—
Oh, but isn't there some new technology from Fontaine that needs—
If it were really that profitable, those in the know would have— I had my secretary do some analysis. The current price of luminescent so I would advise you—
I see. Well,
In my opinion, there are many people around with ulterior motives. Long term, it's very difficult to say. But I believe there's too much uncertainty to make it worth your investment. You worked hard to earn every more you own, and you should be just as careful spending it as you were making it.
you think so too, huh? Okay, got it. If that's what both of you think, I'll take my time and not rush into anything. Maybe it'd be a better choice to invest this money into an industry that I'm genuinely interested in. Lady Ningguang, thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today. I didn't know how much we'd get through, but you've answered every question I wanted to ask.
Good. I'm glad I could be of some help.
Now I see why you were able to become the most successful. You think clearly, you are very knowledgeable, and you keep yourself well informed.
You've been listening for a while. Are you getting bored? Has it sparked an interest in the business world for you? Ah, so you want to be my competitor. Well, or how about this? I'll invest in you early on, before you make it—
I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you. This lunch was everything I was hoping.
See you next time. I'll look forward— Right then. Lunch is over. I assume you have some— I'm a little concerned about the auction. Good. Then let's do that. There are some— So, even though my secretaries are very capable— Come on. The auction is being held—
Lady Ningguang, what brings you here?
I couldn't help but feel a little concerned, so I just came to see how everything is going.
We're about ready, and people are starting to arrive. I think we should...
Very good. I think I'll host...
Huh?
Yes. Just in case...
Then we'll leave the auction itself to you. But we'll...
Have you attended an auction before? Well, would you like to participate this time? You don't have to bid, of course. Just experience. All right, then. Feel free to take a look around the venue before it kicks off. Check out the items up for bidding and... It's about time to start. Find yourself somewhere to sit and we'll kick things off. Yes? What is it? That's for you to make a considered judgment on. It's precisely what makes auctions so interesting. Until the bids exceed the value of the item you're after, you can keep raising the price. Perhaps this does not result in what you might call a fair price, but what it does do, yes, you should look for. The first lot is a teacup from my personal collection. Bids starting at 10,000 mora. That's 10,000 mora for the teacup.
20,000!
30,000!
50,000.
80,000! 80,000 over here!
I'll raise that to 100,000!
120.
I swear, some of these bidders are just driving the price up for fun. All right, 150,000. Anyone else want to keep going now?
150 once?
170?
180,000.
Mm-mm.
180 once? 180 twice? 180. Sold!
Yeah, it's mine now.
Okay then. Moving straight on to the next lot. You seem to be getting quite into it. What a shame that you didn't manage to go... Of course it did. That's because I'm sure you must find it quite odd that all these Since you're curious, why not go and talk to the buyers?
Today, well, there were too many bidders, and I guess I'll just have to wait for the next auction.
I may have paid an arm and a leg for this, but in the end, I got the result I want. Nothing of Ningguang's could ever be over it. I'm far from the only buyer who believes that owned by Ningguang is worth paying.
Huh? You want... Well, it's pretty obvious. Sure, the item may look pretty ordinary, but I figured I'd buy it first, then go get...
Well, did you find the answer yet? That's certainly part of it. But every bidder will have noticed that none of these items have a particularly high going rate on the market in and of them. Despite this, they were all willing to pay very dearly for them. I wonder. You'll see shortly. The one who spent the most money will surely be the quickest to realize. If all I wanted to do was make some quick mora by exploiting their blind, every participant in this auction was
Lady Ningguang, something doesn't seem quite right with the items from today's auction. As unlikely as this sounds, and please forgive me for even bringing it up, but I had to ask. You weren't selling counterfeits.
Counterfeits? Absolutely. They are simply ordinary items. And there was no—
Because we trusted you! Everyone knows that you love Mora, but we also know that you made your fortune through honest means, as opposed to—
You seem to have entered into dangerous linguistic territory there. You should know that unless— Of course, if you have any genuine grievances about the auction, the lots, or—
You! Fine. Yes, technically, it was all legitimate. Guess all— But if word gets out about today's auction, people are gonna start seeing you as a con artist. I guess what I'm saying is this real—
Let me answer that with a question. You claim that you were willing to—
What do you mean? What else could it be?
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps it could be something to do with a lost item. When the Jade Chamber fell, countless valuable items from my collection plunged into this. A considerable number of these made their way back into Liyue Harbor through means unbeknownst to me. And—
Wait, you mean—
Yes. Everyone attending the auction, or to put it another way, they were all people who have had a taste of something that was mine and convinced themselves. So I ask you again, your high bidding— The sole reason I held this auction is to reclaim my treasured possession. If you are willing to return what is mine, I will refund all the money you spent in the auction today.
All right, fine. You drive a hard bargain like everyone says. I'll go and get it right now.
Despite his bad attitude, he cooperated in the end. The issue was that all items of mine that have been fished out of the sea have changed hands numerous times already. I could have bought them back, but it's not in my nature to pay twice. After making some inquiries, I found them to be most uncooperative. So I had to resort to this auction to finally put a stop to all this nonsense. I just wanted my thing. At most, a little childish, perhaps. Which is another reason why I didn't tell anybody. What do you think it was about the Jade Chamber that defeated Osile? Well, I think it was its great weight meant that it hit Osile with incredible force, while every piece of the Jade Chamber, from the stone walls but in the end, they became objects. It's hard not to get a little irked thinking about it. Thank you for understanding. Now I've got one of my items back. Let me show you. The secrets of history shine through in the relics that survive.
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer. There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Please be mindful of your personal safety. Please be mindful of your personal safety. Please be mindful of your personal safety. Please be mindful of your personal safety.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Please be mindful of your personal safety. Please be mindful of your personal safety. Please be mindful of your personal safety.
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it. This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
Please be mindful of your personal safety.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of... This blade. It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Please be mindful of your personal safety.
Lady Ningguang.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
No, not at all. I know that you have 1,000 different...
Great. This is the Traveler. He happened to be in... Do you mind if he sits...
No, not at all. I've always been I'm Luo Qiao. That's what I wanted to...
Rumors?
You know. You haven't heard? Come on. You must know that Lady Ningguang's every... And if you didn't have some sort of special relationship...
Interesting. Yeah, the Traveler is a national hero in Liyue, who's even putting aside my official status as one of the Liyue...
Oh, yes. Well, there is nothing unusual about it at all.
You're comparing apples and sunsettias there. Whenever Beidou returns to... I've missed out on a number of extremely promising investment opportunities thanks...
Investment opportunities? Oh, do you mean...
No, something else. All the time...
Oh, but isn't there some new technology from Fontaine that needs lots of lumen...
If it were really that profitable, those in the know would have kept it as quiet as possible. I had my secretary do some analysis. The current price of luminescent spines far... So I would advise you...
I see.
In my opinion, there are many people around with long-term... it's very difficult to say, but...
You think so too, huh? Okay. Got it. If that... Maybe it'd be a better choice. Lady Ningguang, thank you so much for taking the time to meet...
Good.
Now I see why you think clearly. You are very not...
You've been listening for a while. Are you getting bored? Has it sparked an interest in the business world for you? That means you also have a good head on your... If you are in need of Mora, you should absolutely consider doing...
I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you.
See you next time. Right then. Lunch is... Oh, I'm a little concerned. Yes, you're right. In that case, what's next on the schedule? Ah, okay then. Let's go to Mingxing Jewelry first. I need to... Hello. I'm here to collect the item I handed in for repair.
Ah, Lady Ningguang. One moment, please. I'll fetch it immediately.
Very good. Don't rush now. Please, handle it with... Yes. You probably imagine that Mingxing Jewelry deals exclusively in expensive luxury goods. The workers here are very skilled, so I like to come to them when... This time, though, I just had them do a simple repair. The item is...
Lady Ningguang, your comb has been fixed. Please, we did everything we could to restore it to its original condition. You'll still see a few...
That's fine. Thank you for your hard work. Yes, though it is something very precious to one of my informants. My informants often provide me with extremely important information. Trust is of far greater importance than profit in the relationship between... It's understandable to think that way. But things are a little different with these particular informants. And this only makes me all the more Thank you for the repair, Xingqi.
Oh, don't mention it. It's...
Let's go and meet them.
What are you staring at?
Time to go.
Auntie Ningguang! Hi, Auntie Ningguang!
Hello, my dears. It's been... Yes, indeed. And they are some of my most... I didn't want to involve them in intelligence gathering for me at first. But it turned out that they delivered the goods in so...
Great! Mom and Dad have taken me on loads of cool trips recently. But you didn't do your... Yeah, but you still gotta try. Like teacher says.
This new age started after that great battle, you know. Well, this is a dramatic change. Unique in all of the millennia of... What about you, Nan? You have...
I'm fine. Oh yeah, I just remembered. A load of Yeah, that's right. All the merchants were there, and it was really noisy. And then the people on...
Oh, I see. That'll be the fishing boats coming back from the open ocean.
Yep. I made sure to look at the waterline, just like you said.
My goodness. Well, it sounds like they made quite... The heavier the boat, the lower the hull sits in the water. So you can tell how deep a fully loaded vessel will sit in the water varies from ship to ship. But it...
Since Auntie Ningguang taught me how to do it, I can tell...
A few days ago, I heard they said that when they get here.
Oh, really? Who did you hear this from? Do you remember what they looked like? All right, never mind.
Are you okay? You're usually the one that...
It's okay. Don't be upset. Actually...
It's my comb. You remember...
Of course I did. If I make...
Thank you, Auntie Ningguang.
It was just a small favor.
But they said you'd be...
They?
Uh-oh.
It's all right. Don't worry. There just seems to...
Yeah, Auntie Ningguang's not gonna...
I'm sorry. That thing about the luminescent spines wasn't something I heard. Two people... I told them I didn't want to lie to Auntie Ningguang, but, then they bought me a new comb, and comb is better.
I know how much it means to you. It was a gift from—
Yeah, it was. I'll be extra careful with it.
I must say, this is most intriguing. How about this? You tell me where those two people are, and I'll take the—
Okay. They're over—
All right then. Don't—
Are you gonna go punish the—
Now, this is a grown-up situation. I'm just going to have a polite discussion with those two grown-up.
Time to go. Yeah.
Do you think that kid's gonna fluff her lines?
Yes, I know. But we didn't have any other options. Try not to overthink it. Ningguang adores that kid. She's not gonna get—
It sounds like you underestimated me.
Lady Ningguang?
You knew how important that comb was to Nan Nan, and you coached a child to lie, made her betray her own innocence.
Sorry, Lady Ningguang,
That's not the point. Business is business. And at some point, we're all trying to get but you cannot put Mora above all else. You can't—
It was hardly our first choice either. We've been business partners for years now. We've gotten by, I guess. When we heard about the movement in the luminescent spine market, we thought to— So we stocked up a huge stash of luminescent spines and watched as the price went up and up.
But we waited and waited, and this mystery merchant from Fontaine never came. More and more people— Suddenly, everyone with luminescent spines was running for the exit, selling as fast as they could, but—
Oh yeah! As soon as Lady Ningguang makes a move, everyone follows her lead, and the price takes a steep hike. If we don't sell the goods, we're both bankrupt. We're in debt to our eyeballs. We just didn't have—
To be brutally honest, we took out a loan and made a speculative investment is not a sob story. But not everyone has the capability to make rational greed, a lust for wealth, and Do you now realize how dire the
100%. We've both barely slept in. We begged people to take our stock off our hands. They laughed at us, called us idiots.
We messed up completely. The savings we worked so hard our whole lives to build up, decimate.
Well, I can take your luminescent spines, the portion of what I pay that exceeds the average price of luminescent spines.
Huh? But...
Then you're free to find another. But if you're seriously still insisting on turning a...
Lady Ningguang is right. Let's swap the goods for cash and use it to pay off our debts and be...
Yes. Yeah.
I have no particular need for luminescent spines.
Okay, so, shall...
No need to hurry. Our deal is hardly the urgent matter. You took advantage of a child, and you are coming with me to make a... This is an opportunity for you...
Oh, okay.
Come on. Let's go.
Time to...
We're back. Everything's all sorted.
Huh? Oh, it's those two.
I'm sorry, Nan Nan. I was lying to you when I told you that Lady Ningguang wouldn't fix your comb. I was completely in the wrong, and I promise I'll never do anything like this again. Can you find it in your heart to forgive me?
I think it should be your choice. And yours alone.
Well, since it's all sorted out now and nothing super, but we can't just let them off.
That's true. I'd certainly hate to see it.
I've made up my mind. I want them to come play with us.
What?
Yeah! Now we have someone to... Great idea.
Wait a second.
Nope. No way.
So full of energy. Yes, of course. I wouldn't feel...
What are you staring at?
Let me guess what you're thinking. You're thinking that there's not a huge difference between me turning these children into my informants and the actions of those two businessmen. Am I right? They were completely different when they'd run away as soon as they saw me, or they'd be shaking with nerves and unable to speak. But gradually, they stopped seeing me as someone to be For my part, I played games with them, but I also taught them observations. Now, they're much further ahead in their studies, and I think that this is beneficial to them. Yes. Perhaps I am. I never had the chance to receive a good education as a child. Someday they may realize that not everything is a win-win deal. That deception. When that happens, they will be ready to face the world head-on and become exceptional businessmen and women. But until then, I will one day die. New Qixing will replace the old. And Liyue will... I hope the name Ningguang will live on. But not as a person. If I can pass on everything I have learned, I can create a legacy that will live on.
Come on, Auntie Ning. We're not gonna wait for...
Coming! Come on. Let's enjoy this.
Time to go.
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
Before I get into specifics, I want to start by giving you the big picture. As a member of the Liyue Qixing, Lady Ningguang's my usual job is to, for example, arranging her daily schedule, picking out clothes for her, dressing her. You misunderstood.
Baisha has always... I'm sure she was simply trying...
Think back to the topic. By Xiao and by I can go through the methods I use and give you all in a day's work for the travel. Currently, there are 133 items that... Yes, I did. I'll go through the most first is the... Then a discussion. Right after that, there's... Yes, you do. You need to take travel... Ample knowledge of all outside facts. I assume this is all making sense. Unless you had any other questions at this point? Good. Then let's press on. We're tight on time here, and there's a lot to get through. And we still need to leave already? Wow. You're a fast...
Wonderful. Then I'll be counting on you to provide my... I'm grateful for your assistance. Now, I will leave you here in peace to proceed if anything else is unclear.
Take care, Lady Ningguang. Good. You factored excellent work. You've got quite a knack for this. Please be here at the Jade Chamber tomorrow morning. With you helping out here, we will be able to focus fully on... I hope so too. You must be exhausted.
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well? There's nothing to worry about. We just need to go through the schedule you made and tick the items off one by one. Now then, the schedule. Let's see what you have for me today. Item 1. Lunch at Lioli Pavilion with Miss Lua Chiao. Ah, yes. I remember the invitation. I need to make sure— No, someone I've never met before. Today's lunch will be our first time meeting each— She's paying a high price for my time. Otherwise, tens of millions of mora is rather a high price for lunch. Even one at Lioli Pavilion. Wouldn't you say? That's right. Even at this point, to be clear, my time is very valuable. Gradually, it developed into a lucrative business. Yes, that sums it up naturally for any— As for how much my insight is worth in terms of mora, you are a very lucky person. In the hands of a professional business person, the kind of information you'll be exposed to would be worth, well, tens of millions of mora. There's no need to be nervous.
Time to go.
Did you organize this entire breakfast? I know what's going— Please, sit. Have a take. What do you think? Is the food— Don't— Still, I'm happy to see— On occasion, breakfast also isn't usually so lavish, hence my surprise when we got here. I actually thought you had cooked it all yourself. Relax, You willingly took this work on, knowing that it would be tedious, and you have worked Treating you to some food is but a small token of our appreciation. Breakfast sets the tone for— If you wake up to the same— Well, I'm done eating. I have some preparations to make first. I need a change of— Who knows? I already instructed Longyang to have— Thank you.
Hello, how may I help? Ah, yes, of course. Here you are. Please give this to Lady Ningguang. Yes, this— Lady Ningguang asked us to rearrange this room. Anyway.
Did you get it? Ah. Ah, this is the one. Please, wait for a moment. I had this specially tailored recently, and I must say, I'm really rather fond of it. What do you think? Be honest. I just want to know your first impression. Phew. Knowing that it has your seal of approval. If you're second guess, that's why your affirmation. All right.
Before I get into specifics, I want to start by giving you the big picture. As a member of the Liyue Qixing, Lady Ningguang's every move is in the spotlight. Maintaining her perfect image at all times is absolutely essential. My usual job is to be her right hand to maintain, for example, arranging her daily schedule, picking out clothes for her, dressing her...
Baisha has always been I'm sure she was simply trying...
Think back to the topic at hand. Bai Xiao and Bai Wen handle tasks that I can go through the methods I use and give you some pointers based on my experience to ensure that you are fully equipped to perform your duties. All in a day's work for the traveler, Great. Then currently, there are 133 items that have yet to be scheduled, 17 of which are... Yes, I did try to make a start in advance. I'll go through the most important item. First is the periodic meeting, then a discussion with Lady Kuching on issues relating to time. Right after that, there's... Yes, you do. To the uninitiated, scheduling may sound like you need to take travel time into account, along with a whole ample knowledge of all outside factors that may... I assume this is all making sense. Unless you had any other questions at this point? Good. Then let's press on. We're tight on time here, and there's a lot to get through. And we still need to leave enough time for you to prepare Lady Ningguang's schedule. Already? Wow. You're a fast...
Wonderful. Then I'll be counting on you to provide my schedule for tomorrow. I'm grateful for your assistance. Now, I will leave you here in peace. If anything else is unclear...
Take care, Lady Ningguang. Don't you think that this schedule is a bit of a light load? Yeah, that's true. Lady Ningguang has a lot of work to attend to, and frankly, we do sometimes worry about her health, but her attitude is very Mora-driven. If by taking a break there's a chance she'll lose Mora, she'll never agree to it. Huh. I see where you're coming from. All right then, let's go with your plan. I'm sure Lady Ningguang has— There's a lot of things that need doing over at the auction venue, so I hope so too. You must—
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well? There's nothing to worry about. We just need to go through— So, what's item 1 on today's schedule? I imagine this must have taken Baisha completely by surprise. Sure. There's no harm in changing my schedule is usually very tightly packed, and any extra time I can squeeze, so it'll be quite nice to take a break. I don't often feel tired. Seeing the Mora come in has a— Still, your idea is very sensible. So then, the days ahead— Something I never— Have you played the chess game I made? Or heard of it, perhaps? Yes. It's based on— When I was designing it, So I introduced a lot of— I'm constantly revising and expanding it. So far, there are over 30 editions. True. That's one reason why— But I don't feel that making it isn't one of the joys of playing chess to continually learn. And I think the key will be to make something that easily catches the— I'm planning to make a new set with the board and one side will play the Guardians of Liyue Harbor. The other side will play the Fatui and Osile. No problem. I will let you try it out. I want to make each of the chess pieces of Liyue a millennial, and no Guardians of Liyue chess set would be complete without you, would it? I am indeed. Many of them, in fact. My thinking was that only people who pre-order the chess set at full price will— It seems only fitting for someone of your status. Naturally, since you are the face of that historic event. Everyone who owns this chess set will preserve this moment in history in a vivid and compelling form. Then it's decided. Come with me. To make this chess—
Oh, Lady Ningguang.
You already know each other?
Oh, I think it goes a little deeper than that. I don't teach my hard-earned skills to just anyone, you know. There's a word for people like you.
You seem to be in a good mood.
As ever, there's nothing special about today. All jokes aside,
Remember the custom chess pieces I told you about? I'd like you to
whatever business I'm in, I am first and foremost a woman of many talents. As it happens, I am a skilled tailor as well.
Yingar is every bit as proficient as any of the top tailors in the land. I've availed my—
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just realizing that you'll find all the tools you could need in the room.
Huh?
Oh, I think the Traveler is the one you should be asking about that. I'm kidding. It's hard not to tease when you're both so— Come on then. Step inside and—
If I hear any strange new rumors after this, you will be my number—
Rumors about the Traveler? Or the—
Either. Both are—
Don't worry, I know where the line is. Secrets are only fun when they're kept secret.
Just enough with the ambiguous phrasing, okay? You'll give people the wrong idea. Forget it.
You're always welcome at Scent of Spring.
I slightly regret bringing you here. It doesn't bother me. I just hope she didn't make you feel too awkward. Now that your measurements are taken, let's go to Mingxing Jewelry and put an order in.
Hello, Lady Ningguang. What can I do?
That chess piece I told you about? We can start work.
Okay, let me just double check.
Good. And as agreed—
Of course, we are professionals, and we will— Although, speaking to you as a friend, I have to tell you that the sale price you indicate— I don't mean just the material costs either. Waiting around for—
That's okay. This one, with every previous set, there's always been some degree of commercial or marketing considerations. To that point, as you know, the prototype of the Jade Chamber chess piece has been in the works for a long time. Yes, and just like your piece, the Jade Chamber piece will be scaled for the game.
Yes, it's a challenging project, but also not for how do I put it?
In business, everything comes down to profits versus losses. You have to keep a cool head and make rash— but shrewdness is easily perceived as cynicism in the eyes of others. Hardly the worst thing in the world, of course. Well, for example, I once had a case where another case is where I offered distinctly more— That Ningguang, they thought. She must be up to something.
I see.
But these problems disappeared all but completely after— Why? Because the whole of Leo witnessed me— At least, that's the most reasonable
Oh, I get it. You're saying that back when you're not seeking to make a profit from these chess pieces because what you're commemorating is your It was the deal of the century. And as long as you keep capitalizing—
Yes, exactly.
Truly a brilliant strategy, Lady Ningguang. Now I understand why this set needs to be so perfect and why it's okay that it doesn't—
It will be a lot of work, and make sure the Traveler's piece is exactly how he wants it.
Don't you worry. We'll put our all—
Well, that's that then. There's something—
Time to go.
I have a question for you. And I, in turn, will tell you— When we were at Mingxing Jewelry, I admitted that my decision to sacrifice the Jade Chamber was a When you heard that, Did it make you think that maybe I really was a cynical profit chaser after all? Thank you. Yes. You see things the way they are. However, I was lying to Xingxi. My decision to destroy the Jade Chamber was nowhere near as thought through as I made it out to be. Afterwards, I consoled myself by reasoning that all my wealth comes from Leo Harbor. So, to lose Leo Harbor, but it just didn't work. Because I had just severed ties, I stared out at the sea for goodness knows how long. There was no way I could console myself. So why bother trying? But as time went by, I received so many thank you gifts and letters from people. I gave up the Jade Chamber without a moment's hesitation, and I did it for the sake of Leo Harbor. And now, all of this was so encouraging to hear. It made me feel that my dear old companion, because to most people, the idea that Lady Ningguang is someone who battles with grief and struggles to let go of the past, this is one aspect of the truth. The fact that... Thank you for your comforting words. I'm sorry that you have to see me, but look where I am now. Standing on the deck of the Jade, and if I end up having to do it all over... Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well? That's good. I was worried you'd be... So, what's item 1 on today's... I imagine this must have taken... Sure. My schedule is usually... So, it'll be quite nice to take a break. I don't often feel... Still, your idea is very sensible. So then... Interesting. Because as far as most people are concerned, Mora is the key to any and all opportunities. Yes, you're absolutely right. This is what I appreciate. I want to do something a little self-indulgent. Is that okay by you? Thank you. All right, here it is. I was born into a humble family, and all the wealth you see now... I had to. Fishing isn't the half of it. A lot of the old folks like to brag about how I used to be their errand runner back in the day. They were tough times, but if I didn't make any money, I want to relive that, so how about it? Will you join me? Great. We're not to use our status or rep. The goal is to see how much... Okay. But working as a day laborer could... Why don't we go down... They periodically throw out a lot of unclaimed or abandoned goods. We might find... What does it matter? Don't worry about it. It's all part of the fun. Come on, let's...
Time to go. Into the wind.
Lady Ningguang, are you here to inspect the goods in the warehouse? You may have to wait a moment. I'm sorry. I won't be long.
Calm down. No need to panic.
Oh, you're just looking for... I haven't done anything. Have I? I mean, I don't think so. All right, the periodic clearances. Yeah, I make sure I post all the necessary notices and It used to be a huge problem, but with a bit of hard work, I've managed to reduce the amount of goods we need to clear out. It's hard to say. It really depends. But as far as the warehouse is concerned, as for the damaged ones, I guarantee you it's nothing to do with how they're stored. It's because some things go bad more easily. If it sits there in the warehouse for too long, it goes without saying that it could start to affect the other...
So, have you cleared out any...
I'm afraid we just finished clearing out all the big ones. But don't worry, Lady Ningguang. If you're here for an inspection, then I'm here to make it happen. Hang tight. I'll grab some of the...
Hold on. Oh. I don't think he has quite grasped the nature of this situation.
Lady Ningguang, I had a quick run through the list and cleared out some more items. Please,
let me see here. Soggy food. It's a shame we missed the last clearance. We're down to the slim pickings now. Take this wooden toy, for example. The wood is good quality. If you took it apart, there's quite a number of useful everyday objects that you could turn it into. With a little work.
Huh? Well, sure. Take whatever you want.
Great. This is going well. Yes. And once we're done...
I have no idea what's going on here, and I'm not...
One with nature. Cheer. Time to go.
A copy of each invoice is sent to the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Time to go.
Lady Ningguang.
Actually, today's a little different. I'm not here to...
Just take a look. What? Oh, I see. Let me take a look then. I mean, I can take them. I have a few regular customers I can but...
What's wrong? If it's too much...
No, it's nothing. I'll give you 150,000 mora. How does that sound?
Oh, well...
No worries. The price is negotiable, of course, so we can discuss it further. If that figure's not what you had in mind, I can,
What are your thoughts? Yes. At most, these items...
Huh? Wait. And specifically, I thought that was all code for some kind of inspection or something.
It appears so. Let's try something else. If I wasn't Ningguang, Go Sonar and you likely wouldn't be willing to...
To be completely honest...
This goes against the rules we set for ourselves at the start. Are there any other ways for adventurers to make mora besides their remuneration from the guild? Great. I don't mind.
You two have a good one.
This must be the place.
Into the wind.
It feels like it's been a long time since I've got... The feeling of creating your wealth with your own two hands is just as exhilarating as ever. Yes, I'd say so. And let's not forget, we started with no initial capital. In any case, The sight of Mora has always had a way of... I intend to. I'm not ready to stop yet. This time, let's try something a little more...
One with nature.
By royal decree.
Burn! Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud.
Another satisfying haul. That's very kind of you. But I know I'm no match for For me, a battle is just a form of exercise. Oh no, not yet. There's more Mora to be made. Hey, look! What's that hole in... Oh, I see. So if we catch it, there's... Oh, how quaint. That was... Well, I'm afraid I'm having fun. Come on, let's go get this... There it is! After it! Goodness, this reminds me of fishing, but we didn't let it slip away. And let's see. We can't do any serious business with this amount of starting capital. We need to keep work. Actually, now that you mention it, I'm suddenly a little hungry. Wang Shuin is right there, but... Same thoughts here, after how hard we worked, in which case, I think I'll take this opportunity. Yes, but the rule of the game is no fishing raw. Come on, let's go down.
The wind knows me.
This should be enough. Let's head back to land and grill them. Here, have a taste. A fresh catch can go straight on the grill with... It's a little charred. Normally, I have to make a special request to the chef if I want it to taste like this. I'm okay. Back in the day, I had to hurry home after work. I was always meticulous, but by the same token, she didn't love the idea. You'd be more likely to see me pulling up outside Wanmin restaurant. My childhood memories run deep. They are confined to the water, and yet they live. It is. I have greatly enjoyed. When I think back on all my hard work in the past, it motivates me to face. That's but a word of warning.
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it. Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade. It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well? Oh, how strange. Me too. So, what's item 1 on today's... I imagine this must have taken Baisha completely... Sure. My schedule is usually so it'll be quite nice to take a break. I don't often feel tired. Still, so then. Interesting. Because as far as most people are concerned, Mora is the key to any and all. Yes, you're absolutely right. This is what I want to do something a little self-indulgent. Thank you. I was born into a humble family, and fishing isn't the half. A lot of the old folks like to brag about how I used to be their errand runner back in the day. They were tough times, but if I didn't make any money in the morning, I want to relive that time. So how about it? Will you join me? Great. We're not to use our stat. The goal is to see how much more... I can see why you'd suggest that. But Northland Bank is a special case. I rather suspect... Yes, and also, I expect they still hold a grudge against...
Follow the wind.
Yue cuisine will surely prevail in this year's Masterful Chefs.
Lady Ningguang, I would hope that you're not here to create further trouble for the Fatui. With all due respect, too much official...
There's no need to be. I'm just here to talk business.
That depends on the proposal. But first, tell me, why? Because if you're here to make us suffer huge losses like last time, then I'm...
Straight to the point, I see. Works for me. Traveler, we're leaving. Let's not waste any more of our time.
If I take the ball.
Welcome to the Northland Bank.
Time to go.
Do you see what I mean now? Their attitude was just as I expected. That's for sure. Although our diplomatic relations with Snezhnaya haven't broken down completely. I dealt them this sum was paid by Northland Bank, so they are still wary of me to this day. Yes, with some exceptions, but that is more or less correct. If you encounter them in any other nations during your travels, that's okay. My intention, but that's quite enough politics for today. Let's get back to our fun little survival game. Now that you mention it, yes, we're being watched. What are they plotting this time? My thoughts exactly. But we need to be discreet. Let's act natural, determine who our tail is, keep moving, just walk.
The key here is consumer psychology. Jewelry's out of stock, but we have some new items in.
Okay, I think we have a few potential suspects. There's a lot of foot traffic here, but if you look closely, you'll see only a handful of people have been watching us. But I'm still not sure which of them is our tail. Agreed. Whoever it is.
Jewelry's out of stock, but we have some new items in.
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
I think we've narrowed it down a little further, but let's stay calm until we're 100%. It shouldn't take much longer. I think I have the answer. Let's get out of his line of sight and don't get the wrong person, though.
What are you doing?
Come now. Did you really—
What? I'm not doing anything.
I don't know what scheme Northland Bank has in the works, and I don't know, but let's make a deal. How cooperative you are now. Or do you seriously think Northland Bank won't throw you to the wolves when push comes to shove? Why don't you weigh the pros and cons and give me a clear answer before I retract my offer?
Sorry, Lady Ningguang. My assignment was just to follow you, I promise, that's it. When you showed up unannounced at Northland Bank, everyone was instantly on high alert. We figured you must be up to something, but your brief, we couldn't just overlook it. We had to get to the bottom of it before we could put our minds at rest.
I know they're wary of me, but this is still an overreaction, surely. This all feels very suspicious. There must be more to this than he is letting on. I only took you there to demonstrate how tense things are. Somehow we only tested the waters, but is there anyone else following us besides you?
Yes. They would have seen this and
Then we need to get moving. The longer they have to react, the fewer clues they'll leave behind. No time. I'll just have to keep him with you. Do not...
The key here.
Are you saying that Ningguang hasn't done anything? Impossible. She wouldn't have shown up here out of the blue without good... Keep investigating. We must ascertain...
So much commotion. This must be an important...
Oh, great.
It looks like I wasn't supposed to be privy to the contents of this particular meeting.
So, you are here to invest... Where did you get wind of this?
That doesn't matter. What matters is that I made a brief and inconsequential visit, and your first reaction was to... You couldn't have advertised your guilty conscience more You may as well come clean. You know I will not turn a blind eye to...
Even if we cooperate with her investigation, she's bound to... Well, if you're such a stickler for the rules, you can carry out your investigation by the book. The North...
Fine by me. Then I'll take my time. But you'll be begging to tell me everything by the time I'm through.